tax cuts provide tremendous relief for the middle class and small business.
It's also confusing that we can't seem to get it right as to who we are as a people. We went from being called colored to Negro to black and now African American. Why can't we get it right? Who are we? And what is our true identity? No one can deny that something spectacular is happening. I mean, the awakening of the Israelites is being experienced worldwide. I mean, you have other nations who see this awakening.
What I think this awakening is supposed to look like, first and foremost, it would have been something totally different from what our captors had showed us and ingrained in us. But after that, the Most High would open up our eyes and our understanding. This awakening, we would see that this awakening would bring us back to our original state, true children of the Most High.
The biggest misconception is when we think that one is awakened when he comes into the truth about being a true Israelite, or the truth about the Messiah as it relates to his appearance being a Negro, or about his true name. But when you look at the scriptures, you'll find that this is not so. Based on the scriptures, the children of Israel were asleep and not awakened. Yet they knew the Father's name and who they were as a people. Even Paul said, Yah had given them the spirit of what? Slumber unto this day. Israel in those days, they knew the Father's name. They knew the name of the Messiah. And they knew that they were the children of Israel. Yet they were asleep.
You are correct that the Ewes have the same oral history as the Gadanges. The reason is because the Ewes are also direct descendants of the Hebrew Israelites that migrated to West Africa by way of Egypt to the Gold Coast and Slave Coast, migrating from Israel through Egypt, Ethiopia, Southern Sudan, Niger, Nigeria, Dahomey, to Togo. The reason we have the same oral history is because we are actually one people. We're Hebrew. Let me explain.
One of the many atrocious lies the government has created to control the minds of people is the identity of the children of Israel. But why is the government interested in you not identifying the children of Israel? Because your government, despite lying to you that there is a separation between church and state, your government believes in a trinity of gods, which they worship, which is Satan. But they do not want you to know the creator of heaven and earth. The true identity of the children of Israel proves that the creator of heaven and earth is real. This is why they've created the many false identities like the Hebrew Israelites.
What I I think this awakening was supposed to be. First and foremost, it would have been something totally different from what our captors had shown us and ingrained in us.
People think that the government is not interested in what you think, but government is the whole entire system of this world, and they are in everything, down to the underwear you wear to the spit in your mouth. When you go to eat at any restaurant, as long as you did not grow that food yourself, harvested and cooked it, you are going to your government. When you go to McDonald's, you are going to your government. When you go to a bank, any bank at all, you are going to your government. When you go to church, the synagogue of Satan, you are going to your government. They've only confused you by making you believe that the church, religion, and state are two separate entities. But these are all frauds, because you do not know that the government created Christianity and all other religions which are offshoots of Christianity. When you go to a hospital, you are going to your government. Who do you think makes you sick by poisoning you and calling it a disease? There are no new diseases in the world. All real diseases are a form of leprosy. When you have smallpox, measles, cold, flu, chlamydia, gonorrhea, besides demonic afflictions of the mind and body like homosexuality, epilepsy, and genetic defects brought about by inbreeding, which causes albinism, called whiteness, anybody with straight hair, anything else are all forms of leprosy. AIDS, cancer are all poisonings, among others, caused by your government and fed to you. When you switch on your TV, you are switching on the government. When you're listening to music, you're listening to the government. The government has made you to believe that they are not the ones doing all this, because they have given many different names to all these entities and made you believe that they are all working independently and that they are not connected. The government is interested in what you think and how you perceive this world. The government is interested in what you believe. So this is why they created the educational system of the world and created the false identity of Hebrew Israelites and spread it using their puppets, like all the Hebrew Israelite teachers like Watchman reports that you watch on YouTube and on TV. They did this knowing that a time will come when people will really look for the true identity of the children of Israel. And when they do, the lies that they've told will be huge, that it will be difficult for them to identify them. So they sink back into a deception and not the truth of the creator of heaven and earth. This is why the identity of the Hebrew Israelites were created. Now, the story of the Hebrew Israelite, which is circulating all around the world and has made people to believe in the false identity of the Native American, the Aboriginal people of North America, to be the children of Israel, would not have been possible and believable if the term African American was not coined by the very devilish Reverend Jesse Jackson in 1988. The person that is called African American was never called African American in history. They were first called Native Indians, then Negroes, then Black Americans, and now African Americans. The so-called African American today who believes he is Hebrew Israelite has never asked this question: why does my identity keep changing every decade or so? Does anybody's name keep changing through a 100-year period in their lifetime? I want you to ask yourself that question. Does your name keep changing, or do you keep changing your own name every couple of years? If it does, it's because you have refused to know who you are and are deliberately lying to yourself. So who are you really, Hebrew Israelite? Do you know who you really are? You are a constructed fraud by your government to lie to the world that you are an Israelite, so the people who are the true Israelites are never known and do not know they are. So, save yourself from hiding from who you are. Get to know who you are. If you think you are a Hebrew Israelite, you are a deception.